How's it going, everyone? Today's video is going to be a bit interesting of a one. This is the first Pokemon we've used with probably just absolutely brutal stats, and it's going to be the wannabe Butterfree, Beautifly. This is a very cute Pokemon, but that is about all it's good for when looking at its stats and moveset. But first, we've updated the overlay a little. As you can see, we are now including the TMs that they can learn, and I have also included our top 3 runs. So we can use that as a judgment period throughout the run for the Pokemon that we are currently using. Now that being said, we've really only done about 3 runs that can equate to what we are using as a standard. So all 3 so far have made the podium. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Is it too much? Would you prefer something else to be shown? Just give me some feedback and we'll keep going. We'll keep upgrading, keep things fresh as we go along with all this stuff. Anyways, let's go over some of the rules quick. I can only use Beautifly in battle, no items in battle, I am allowing held items, and I am allowed to reset within the Elite Four members, and we will be playing on 4 times speed as I do want to get these runs done once a week. With that, let's actually dive into Beautifly a bit. Like I said, its stats are, yuck. 60 HP, 70 attack, which honestly isn't horrible, I guess. Its defense is a whopping 50, which is just so great because we're weak to 2 physical type moves through this run. 90 special attack. Okay, we're getting somewhere. And then we go right back to the dumpster with 50 special defense and 65 speed. Not going to outspeed much, I don't think, this run. Now, these aren't great stats, but it's something I think we can make do with. But early game is going to be horrendous, as Beautifly only knows Absorb until level 13. And with a lot of bug types and grass types early on, we're going to struggle, and that shows especially in the first rival fight. Now we have swapped Trico out for Beautifly, giving our rival Torchic, and well, fire, bug, fire equal bad, and honestly Beautifly matches up pretty well versus all 3 starters, but at least this way the rival has something to try and take us down. In this first fight, we prove exactly why only having Absorb is going to be an issue. We're only gaining 1 HP back and doing very minimal damage while being at level 5, and the Torchic takes us down for the first time. Wow, the first time we're actually going to have to train versus the first rival. Well, that's exactly what we do. We go train on the wild Pokemon, and then we come back and try again at level 7. But unfortunately, even at level 7, we are going to see the same fate. We are only getting about 1 HP back every time we hit Absorb, and Torchic scratches are just doing a lot of damage to us. Back at level 8 and try this again, and to much of my surprise, we get a much needed critical hit, and that gives us a good leeway over the Torchic, and we are finally able to take it out. Oh my goodness, that was much needed. Now I normally don't highlight trainers, but I thought it was important to show what we were dealing with early on here. We really need XP, and these early trainer fights are going to be crucial for the first gym, but they are time consuming and super slow. This isn't going to help Beautifly's time by any means. Make it finally to Roxanne at about an hour of in-game time, and well, this first attempt doesn't go as great. At level 12, we are unable to one-shot the Geodude, but it sure does one-shot us. So we go out, take on the trainers on the road above Rushborough City, and then come back at level 15. Now at level 15, we are able to one-shot both Geodudes with Absorb and make our way to the Nose Pass, but Absorb isn't even doing quartered due to Nose Pass bulk and special defense, and then it just crits us with Rock Tomb. We're definitely having lots of fun here. I know there's really not much else we can do at this point because there's nothing for it to learn. So we go and just train and fight the trainers that we bypassed in the forest. Come back at level 18 with a new move of Stun Spore. At level 18, battle starts out very similar to the last one. Both Geodudes go down and the Nose Pass comes out. We Stun Spore to hopefully help stop Rock Tomb from hitting us and allow us to get through the Oran Berry and the 2 potions Roxanne uses. But unfortunately, that's just not the case. Nose Pass's bulk is just too much for us, and with all the heals, it eventually gets a critical hit and takes us out. Well, let's try this again at level 20. Again, both Geodudes go down to Absorb, but are we able to finally take down this Nose Pass? Well, on this attempt, we are not. It gets a Rock Tomb off, and it takes us out. So we try again at level 20, because I think we may have something finally. We get by the 2 Geodudes as usual, and the Nose Pass comes out. We use Stun Spore again, And this time we have an Oranberry, so when one Rock Tomb hits, as long as it doesn't crit, we're able to survive. And then a few more absorbs and a much needed critical hit after a potion. We are finally able to take the big bad Nosepath down and get our first gym badge. After our first badge and saving Pico, we do decide to take on the optional rival for a bit more XP, as I am quite worried about what the Watson and Flannery fight are going to look like moving forward. Now this rival fight goes rather quick and easy, as we do have Gust now, and Torchic just decided not to use Ember, which is perfect for us. We then head to Dewford. I pick up the Silph Scarf for later and take on Brawly after clearing the gym, and well, this fight goes as you would expect it. We resist fighting type moves, and all of Brawly's Pokemon only know fighting attacking moves. So a few Gust, and we are able to obtain our second gym badge and move on to Slateport. Off the Slateport, and usually at Slateport I don't really talk about too much about the beach, but we are going to clear out the beach fully, and typically I would just fight the beach house where we get the soda pops for free. But due to these next couple gym leaders, we definitely need to make sure we're getting most XP as we can, as we do know how Pelipper fared out, and that was a much better Pokemon than what we're using currently. So we clear out the beach and then take down the Team Aqua Grunts in the town and move on to the Rival 3. Now this fight I was extremely worried about to do, especially with Combuskin and Ember, but to my surprise, after gusting the Wingull, all Combuskin does is actually just focus energy, and we're able to take it down with pretty much ease with 2 gusts, and then we finish off the Lombre with another gust. Okay, well, a couple easy fights before we get a couple hard ones, never hurt. Before fighting Watson, I already know we just aren't ready, so I take on all the trainers on Route 118, and then I clear the gym and attempt our first try at level 30. And well, the first attempt goes about as horribly as we could have expected. Unfortunately, we are not faster than the Voltorb, and it gets us down to a certain point, and then it goes boom, leaving us only at 24 HP, and then the Electric is able to take us down with ease. So we gotta do some more training. We go and fight the rest of the trainers in the area, and even learn a new move in Attract. I replace Stun Spore with this, which I regret down the road, but for now it will do. Try attempt 2 at level 35 and at about 3.5 hours. Now we didn't just learn Attract when we were training there, we also learned Silverwind, which is absolutely a huge boost to our moveset. We take down the Voltorb and the Electric in one shot with Silverwind. Manectric is next, but it is unfortunately faster than us. We do go for a Silverwind, activating its Citrus Berry. Thankfully it just goes for a Thunder Wave, and we do have Cherry Berry still, and I use Attract, hopefully having it not hit us as much, and then a second Silverwind is able to take it out. We make it all the way to Watson's final Pokemon. Unfortunately, we don't get a single Omni Boost from Silverwind, and the Magneton gets us paralyzed, and it takes us down. I try this fight again at level 35, and we get to the same position. No Omni Boosts, unfortunately. Magneton does try to Thunder Wave us, but we still have our Cherry Berry, and then it kind of goes all downhill from here. We even got the Magneton to 1 HP here, which I was super excited because I thought we were finally done with this ridiculous gym, but the Magneton decides to turn it all around on us and take us down. Well, what do you say? Let's beat our head against the wall one more time and try this again at level 35, and we're able to take down Electrike and the Voltorb in relative ease. I decided to use Mega Drain instead of Silverwind versus the Electrike, for we have one extra Silverwind when it comes to the Magneton. But similar fate here for the Manectric, Silverwind, and then a Attract combo, and then we go into Mega Drain, and then a Silverwind to finish it off. And still no Omni Boost yet, but we finally get one on our first attack versus the Magneton. It just Thunder Waves, giving us a free shot, and then one Mega Drain is all we need as we survive a Shockwave at 4 HP to finally defeat Watson. On our way to Flannery, we decide to pick up the TM for Secret Power. I think this could come very in handy soon. Wink wink. Versus Flannery. But before we get to Flannery, we have to take on Maxie, and this fight goes exactly how I would have hoped it went. Turn 1, we are going to Silverwind the Mighty Anna. We take it down, and then we get an Omni Boost. Beautiful. I love to see it. and then all it takes for this camera up is 2 gusts, as it does a magnitude, and that won't hit us. What are you doing, Maxie? And then 1 gust will take down the Zubat. Now after beating Maxie here, we take our prize of grabbing the meteorite, just in case down the road I want to grab the TM for return. Make our way to the 4th gym. At about level 40 is where we're going to take our first attempt, and this would be clocking in around 4.5 hours. I'm actually feeling pretty okay with this run so far. We've attached an orange berry just in case we need a little extra help. And, well, the plan is going to be to fish for some more Omni Boost with Silverwind and hope for the best here. We started off that way, but no boost, and then a Mega Drain to keep our health full. Now, we don't actually one-shot this Slugma with Gust, which I was surprised, so I think we might have low-rolled here, because then after a Hyper Potion, we take it out. Camera Up comes out next, and I decided to try and go for those boosts again, and an Overheat takes us out. Cool. So we attempt again at level 42, and I probably should have just went to level 43, getting that next damaging threshold, but anyways, let's see how this one goes. We go for an Omni Boost attempt again, don't get anywhere, and Numble actually goes for Overheat, leaving us at 57 HP. A Gust, we actually use Secret Power this time, sorry, on the Slugma, and then Camera Up comes out next and is able to finish us off. Now I realized even at 43, we probably weren't going to have much success, so I come back at level 45 with the same idea of looking for the Omni Boost and using Sylph Scarf to boost our Secret Power. After 3 Silverwinds versus the Numble, we still don't see an Omni Boost, so it looks like Secret Power will have to just get the job done. Slugma comes out and is destroyed easily, and then we get the Camera Up, and yeah, another Overheat decides to take us out. Well, okay, so we try, and we try again here at level 45. Same strategy, fishing for the Omni Boost, 3 Silverwinds again versus the Numble, but nothing. So Slugma comes out next, and we're going to use Secret Power, taking it out. Camera Up, Secret Power takes it below half, and we get a lucky Overheat miss. So we actually make it to the Torkoal this run. It does about a quarter, and then Overheat again takes us out. We make it to the Torkoal a couple more times, and even got to the point where we got to the red health here, but a Body Slam takes us out. Until we finally get a run here where a Silverwind gets us to the Omni Boost after a critical hit, taking down the Numble, which is perfect. Having the boost this early on makes this a lot easier. Slugma goes down, as we already know is going to happen, and then we take Camera Up to what looks like 1 HP, and then are able to take it out with another Secret Power. And then Secret Power is doing half to the Torkoal, and we are able to get by Flannery. Thank goodness. Now on to Norman. There's not much in between here. We take on most of the gym challengers before taking him on, as I'm trying to get as much XP as we can here. Now, our first attempt versus Norman goes extremely poorly. The Spinda confuses us, and I use Secret Power instead of Silverwind, thinking that would do more damage for some reason. And then we just start hitting ourselves in confusion. Yeah, let's restart. So we go again, we Silverwind, and we take the Spinda down in one shot. Much better start. We get a critical hit versus the Vigoroth, taking it down. And then the Linoon is going to be a little bit more of annoying, but we still are able to take it down with a couple of Secret Powers and Silverwind after all the Hyper Potions get used up, which I'm actually okay with, because then Slaking can't use it. Now I use Attract versus the Slaking, hopefully helping those non-Truant moves not hit. And then I realize it's countering every time on the non-Truant moves, so I just start using Attract. And then we finally take it down, and we first attempt Norman. Now, on my way to Winona, I'm not really sure how we're going to take on the Steel Chicken, and I get all the way to this point where I realize we can get the TM for Psychic at this point. So, I head all the way back to the game corner, we buy Psychic, and then we make our way to Winona, but not before taking down Shelly and the Rival 3. And now I'm going to showcase this trainer here briefly, because I haven't taught Psychic yet, and I forgot this thing had a Skarmory, and look how difficult this is at 20 levels different. Yeah, we taught Psychic pretty quick. So, our first attempt versus Winona is up. Swablu comes out, and I'm going to start fishing for Omni Boosts just to see what we can do. And after 2, we don't get anything. The Tropius comes out next. I go for another Silverwind after contemplating the Gust. But we get the Omni Boost. And Aerialist did really no damage for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyways, after that, Psychic takes down the Pelipper. It's a 2-shot versus Altaria, thanks to its Oranberry. It's not in healing range. And now the Steel Chicken comes out. And again, 2 shots as we take little damage from those Aerialists. And I do take on the optional rival here, but I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about the fact that Winona's ace has an Oranberry, but Watson's ace has a Citrus Berry. We gotta. The more I play this game, the more I get confused about some of the features it had back in the day. But whatever, I still love this game, and I'm gonna continue to play it. Anyways, after beating the rival here, we then go pick up the TM for Rest. And then it's on the Mount Pyre after getting a weird call from Isabella. Like, come on. We're trying to save the world here, not getting phone calls. Anyways, we go and try to stop Maxi from activating Groudon. And, well, this fight goes kind of poorly. We get intimidated. The Silverwind doesn't one-shot, which I figured it would have. And then I decided to use Gust, getting a critical hit, so taking it out. Camera Up is next, and then I use Psychic and then Amnesias, and I think, we gotta use Secret Power now because of the Amnesia, and it's actually a 3-shot, and the Rock Slide causes us to get in range for the Crobat to take us down with an Air Cutter. Now we attempt this fight again, and it goes a lot smoother. The Mighty Anna goes about the same. We get a Silverwind off, and then I Silverwind again after Scary Faces. And then the Camera Up comes out, and we just Psychic this time. Even with the Amnesia, it's a Psychic's 2 shots rather than 3, so we don't have to worry about getting hit with that Rock Slide. And then we're full health for the Crobat, and then a Psychic takes it down. Easy. What were we thinking beforehand, right? And another highlight of another gym battle here that we lose. This Wobbuffet, I forgot it was a thing. And yeah, we lose. I think we've lost to a gym trainer or trainer that wasn't a gym leader before this run, and we've done it 3 times in this one. Things we love to see. Anyways, we have the hardest gym battle yet, Tate and Liza. We attempt this at level 56, and I'm thinking Silverwind should be enough being super effective, right? Wrong. After secret powering the Xatu, we go into the Silverwind on the Claydol, and a couple Ancient Powers mixed with a Psychic from the Xatu, and we go down. So I decided to teach Rest. Hopefully that works out a little bit nicer for us. And we go for the Claydol first instead of the Xatu, because actually I don't think Xatu has anything that's going to do too much to us. We get the Claydol all the way to the red, so when it potions, I decide to take a shot at the Xatu and then go right back to the Claydol. And we repeat this, but once again, we go down. We don't even get the Rest off there because I tried that attempt. Anyways, instead of Rest, I go with Giga Drain. Again, all 3 type beside the Xatu are actually weak to Giga Drain, so maybe this is what we need to do to help keep us at a good level of HP and be able to take it down. We're able to take the Claydol down, having pretty decent health, and we actually almost one-shot the Soul Rock at level 56. Okay, and the Xatu's just been setting up this whole time, which is a little bit scary. It's in the back of my head, but I'm trying to take down everything else first, and we're able to. And I think that's 4 Calm Minds for it, and we get the Paralyze, and then a Psychic crits. I'm having a lot of fun. Oh, this Beautifly. It's a great challenge. We try again because I love pain at level 56. I try Silverwinding the Claydol, and then when Tate and Liza heal the Claydol, I Silverwind the Xatu, trying to do alternate damage where we can. And honestly, that's just not the route to go because they just stay alive longer than they need to, and they take us out. Now, we try one more time because I just have a weird feeling this is maybe the right level for us. We Silverwind the Claydol, taking it out. This time we don't go for the Xatu, and I actually am going to leave the Xatu alone. We start to Giga Drain, trying to keep our health at a reasonable pace here. That way Xatu can't do too much. We planned for the Confused Ray this time, having a Person Berry, which is perfect. It's Lunatone and just Xatu. We take the Lunatone down to a little bit below half. Its Citrus Berry's up, but a Giga Drain is able to take it out, putting us close to full health. Xatu has been setting up, so I'm a little scared. It could probably take us out, but it decides to get greedy. 2 Silver Winds, and we take out Tate and Liza. But we got another fun double battle ahead of us here. Hopefully it goes a lot smoother. These ones typically do. And the strategy here is similar to what we did with Tate and Liza. Take one side out. That way it becomes a 2v1 for us. And that's exactly what we do. We take down the first camera up with a quick Psychic. And then we take down the Golbat with a Psychic after taking a little bit of damage from Wing Attack. And then Mighty Anna comes out. We're unfortunately not able to one-shot this Mighty Anna, which I'm kind of shocked with what level we are and everything. But I guess 2 Intimidates definitely lowers Silverwind's power. And thanks to Matang here taking out the Mighty Anna, we're actually able to get a Silverwind taking the camera up to half. And then a Psychic takes it to about a quarter. It does get a Rock Slide, which isn't good for us. I decided to rest just in case they target us rather than the Matang, which is exactly what kind of goes on here. Mighty Anna goes for a Swagger, but Matang starts doing work after getting a Swagger itself, taking out the Mighty Anna. All we have left is the Crobat, and this actually gets really dicey because it gets a critical hit here. Matang starts hitting itself. We start hitting itself. A Wing Attack puts us to 1 HP. We don't hit ourselves though in the final Psychic and are able to take down Maxie. Wow. We go then grab the HM for dive and then make all our way to Archie. And once again, a fight that I thought should be rather easy. It doesn't go easy. Silverwind takes it to red. We get confused and it's Super Potions. We are able to take it out thankfully with a second Silverwind. Crobat comes out next, but then we hit ourselves after getting critical hit. Okay. Let's try this again. I've put a Person Berry on this time just in case, but we critical hit the Mighty Anna this time, so no need for it, as Wing Attack only does about a quarter, and then a Psychic is a one-shot, and Silverwind takes down Sharpedo in a one-shot as well. Alright, and then it's on to the cinematic masterpiece of a dad telling its kids to go back to bed, stop fighting, leave it alone. Rayquazas put the kids to bed. We are able to finally go and take on the 8th gym. And Love goes down to a quick Psychic. We Giga Drain to CeeLo. We're going and rolling at level 60. I go for Silverwind and the Kingdra starts setting up. Why? Why does this Kingdra set up? And then it heals. And I just decided to reset because I was so annoyed at that point. We Psychic the Love Disc on our second attempt. CeeLo gets Giga Drained. We're going exactly the same way. This time I just go for Psychic instead of Double Team, and it does about half, and it doesn't do another Double Team, so we're able to take it out without any worries. We then Giga Drain the Wish Cast, getting our health all the way back to full, and then Crawdaunt goes down as well to 1 Mega Drain. Okay, we are on to Victory Road, 9.5 hours. We ain't touching the podium, unfortunately, but it's been an interesting run, I would say the least. We're handed some pretty bad stats, and the move pool just isn't the greatest, I guess. So, but anyways, Wally time, which is always a cakewalk. So we take down the Altaria, and then the Magneton comes out. Psychic only does... Oh. Okay, well, that didn't go as well as we thought it was going to go. So I try again, and we see the same feat. Okay, that Magneton's going to be a little bit of an issue, so we go and train till level 63, and then we take another try at Wally. Okay, attempt 3 of something that normally takes no problems, and we honestly don't even show it ever. But we take down the Altaria again in 2 shots. That's really consistent at this point. Can we take the Magneton down? It's a half, but Thunderbolt takes us out. Okay, well, let's give this one more go here. I go for a fish. We try and get an Omni Boost on the Altaria, and we don't get it, but we take it down. after that. We're at half health. I'm not too optimistic, but we get a critical hit on the Magneton. I will take it. And Beautifly goes on a rampage, one-shotting everything that is left on Wally's team with Psychic or Silverwind, and we are able to move past them and go to the Elite Four. Now I'm running Rest, Giga Drain, Psychic, and Silverwind going into here. Sydney is our first challenge, and this is typically a pushover, but for its own reasons, we're going to struggle here. We can get by the Mighty Anna, but a critical hit Rock Slide takes us down to the Absol. So we're going to try this again. Same exact strategy, because the critical hit just isn't doing it for me. I think we're in an okay situation, and we're able to get by the Absol without being crit. But that sand attack, that pesky sand attack, causes us to miss a Silverwind. And I realize Absol is pressure ability, I believe. So we're actually losing 2 PP every time we use something against it. And then even on our next attempt, we get to the point where we have to try and struggle versus the Cacturn, and it's just not possible. So I go pick up a PP up from Rush Burrow and come back with 6 PP on Silverwind rather than 5. And the strategy goes the exact same way. 2 Giga Drains versus the Mighty Anna. It goes down. Perfect. We're rolling there. We get a good consistency. We get an Omni boost on the Absol, and it just goes for Sword Stance. So we're able to Giga Drain rather than Silverwind, leaving 4 Silverwinds for the rest of Sydney's team. And Shift Tree goes down. Cacturn goes down. All that's left is Crawdon and a Silverwind. Just kidding. We used Giga Drain and we missed. And then a Silverwind takes it out, giving us a second Omni boost to end the fight. Is that good fortune or what? And on to our next challenge, Phoebe. I hate Phoebe. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. We had problems with the pressure ability for Sydney. What do you guys think we're going to have versus an Elite Four member that loves to spam Protect with his pressure Pokemon? We're going to have exactly that. Issues. Anyways, switches out its first Duskull for its ace. We're able to take it out with a Psychic due to the Omni boost we got from Silverwind. And then we take out Bayonet 1. We take out Bayonet 2 with a couple of Psychics. The original Duskull comes back out and it protects again. I don't know. I just don't know. And then we unfortunately get to a situation like we did versus Sydney, and we run out of PP and we have to try and struggle. Well, we reset and we try again. And we get a similar situation. Couple of Psychics and actually curses this time, and that's just no bueno. We can't, no curse. We're just not going to win in that situation no matter what. I try again here for, I think this was our 4th attempt. We tried one more and it was just it was really ugly. So anyways, we try again and Phoebe uses Protect. I really need to start predicting those first turn protects and using Rest. That way we're not wasting PP, because unfortunately I think we're getting into a very similar situation as we did in our first attempt, and we're going to start having to struggle. And as you can see, I actually started to predict those Protect by using Protect. Now the Bayonet comes out. I use Silverwind trying to fish for a boost. We don't get one, and then it's just onto the Psychic. We Giga Drain the Dusclops, getting a critical hit. A Rock Slide misses. It's Citrus Berries, and then, ooh, that's a lot of damage from that Rock Slide. We're at 46 HP. We've got a couple Pokemon left. One Silverwind that we have to save for the Sableye. I use Rest, and then it just uses Shadow Ball, and it's sneaking in Grudges, and I wasn't paying attention, and we lose all of our PP. And one Silverwind isn't enough. And the Sableye, we have to struggle. And it's, unfortunately, I tried. I attempted this and wasted a lot of my own time here. And we don't get anywhere. So we'll move on to the next one. And on this attempt, I got tired of trying this at 66. So we used a couple of our rare candies to get Beautifly up to level 70. And as you can see, we predicted the Protect a couple times here by using Rest, not wasting any of our PP for the most part. And we take down the first Dusclops with a Psychic and Giga Drain combination. Bayonet 1 goes down to a Psychic now without using any chip damage, which is beautiful. And then the Ace Dusclops comes out. We Psychic. It does about a quarter. Rock Slide does over half to us, which isn't great, and it takes us down. Okay, let's try this again. We got a good predict again with that rest. Psychic takes it below half, and our person berry comes in handy with a Confuse Ray. We take Bayonet to just a little bit in the red there. Looks like we possibly low rolled there, which is super unfortunate. I Giga Drain to get a little bit of health back. And then I decide we have to use Psychic versus the Ace Dusclops, and we get a crit, which is what exactly we needed. The next Bayonet comes out, and I decide the Giga Drain, trying to get our health back. It did use Grudge, so something's going down here. And we get it down. We have 3 silver wins for the Sableye, and we are finally done with Phoebe on the Glacia. Glacia, I'm expecting to be a lot easier, especially with Giga Drain and Psychic. We're going to be able to get our health back relatively easy, with half of her team being weak to grass. And then we just got to worry about the Glalie. And this one unfortunately sets up a light screen, which means I'm going to resort to Silver Wind, and hopefully we just get a boost until the light screen goes down. We do start to see Celio try and use Blizzard, and it does connect and freezes us. Isn't that my luck this run? Okay, let's go at this again. Attempt number 2. Celio comes out, and we use Psychic instead of Giga Drain, and it takes 2. The Glalie comes out, we Silver Wind, it Icy Winds, lowering our speed, and then an Ice Beam takes us down. Celio comes out next, and we are going to use Silver Wind this time, trying to fish for the Omni Boost, and we don't get any this time. Glalie comes out next, we Giga Drain, getting our health to a good point, and then a critical hit Icy Wind takes us out. Okay, we gotta find a good happy medium here, unfortunately. Silver Wind here again takes down the Celio, but we get the boost beautifully, and now we can resort to Psychic, and we almost one-shot the Glalie here. We don't, and it does about half to us, so we decide to Giga Drain, trying to get our health back, and we get it to about 147 HP before the second Celio comes out. 1 Giga Drain's all we need to take it down though, so we're at full health for the second Glalie. Psychic takes it down to the red. It just sets up Hail though, and then it full restores, and then a couple Psychics take down the Glalie. We've made it to Glacia's Ace Wall Rain. Okay, well, my plan is just Giga Drain. Giga Drain takes it all the way to the red. We survive an Ice Beam. Its Citrus Berry gets it out of full restore, and we take it down. Drake, here we come. Now, this Shelgon loves to protect usually, so I hit rest thinking it was going to. It didn't, and no harm, no foul though. But it does get a couple Rock Tombs off on us here, causing us to be slower than it, and then a Double Edge to take us out. Okay, attempt 2. I Silver Win it. It gets a Rock Tomb off. You know what we're doing with Silver Win, we're fishing. But again, it full restores, so we decide to rest. We do have a Chestos, which is perfect, so we can continue attacking. It does then end up protecting finally. And then we're slower again, and we're just not in a good spot for later on. We're at 1 HP after we get by the Shelgon. And yeah, that's not great. The Flygon for some reason tried to use Earthquake, which I was like, okay, maybe we can get somewhere. False hope, of course. Anyways, attempt 3. We Silver Win the Shelgon. It misses a Rock Tomb, which is great. So we're only 1 speed drop down at this point. So we're still faster. We get a critical hit. 4 Silver Wins though, and no Omni Boost. Flygon comes out and uses a couple Flamethrowers, and that's all she wrote. Okay. Is the 4th time to try? Maybe, because we actually get an Omni Boost finally. So that speed drop doesn't even matter. We use Psychic now. Shelgon goes down. Flamethrower comes from Flygon because it's still actually faster than us. So I decide to rest when it heals here. We still have the Chesto Berry equipped. And then it's just a matter of Silver Winning again and a second Omni Boost. Alright, well, +2 to our special attack and regular attack means we should be in an okay situation. But we didn't even one-shot that Altaria, so that's a little sketchy. And then we don't one-shot the Salamence, and Rock Slide thankfully doesn't kill us, leaving us only at 50 HP. Can we get by the Kingdra? And we do! On to Wallace. So, attempt 1 goes about as well as every other attempt 1 besides Norman in this game. and we lose to the Willard. I completely forgot I had Blizzard, so I was thinking, oh, we could just silver win and go about it till we fish some Omni Boost. It's not going to do too much to us. Wrong. Okay, attempt 2. We put a Chesto Berry on for we can use rest. Let's see where we can get. Now, the other thing I was thinking here is I don't want Wailord to actually hit us. So let's just Giga Drain and try and take it out as fast as we can. This later on comes to a conclusion that I was wrong. We do want it to hit us. But anyways, we get to the Milotic. It gets a Toxic off. Of course it does. And then it starts to stall. We use Rest, though, to get rid of the Toxic. We've got our Chesto. Ice Beam is just doing way too much, though. Even with the Omni Boost, it takes us to 4 HP. And Rest, a 2-turn Rest isn't going to be helpful in this situation at all, as Ice Beam is going to take us down in 3 shots. Well, I guess it's on to the next attempt. So this time we change it up. We use a Pecha Berry rather than a Chesto, and I go for Silver Wind, fishing for an Omni Boost to start, and then Giga Drain just in case it does Water Spout, taking it out. Okay, well, we've got the Wailord down consistently. Milotic comes out next. It misses Toxic, and a couple Silver Ones take it to about a little over a quarter there. Its Citrus is up. I decided to use Psychic, thinking it might do more. It doesn't. It didn't. It just didn't. And unfortunately, that was the window that we needed. And the Milotic is just too bulky with Toxic combination with Ice Beam and Recover. That's all she wrote for this beautiful little butterfly. On to the next one. We Silver Win. It Water Spouts. Okay, we Giga Drain, getting all of our health back. And back to you, you evil, evil little fish. And we get it into the red, but it takes us down. And this is exactly why we don't want Rain Dance. Did you see how much Surf just did there? Way too much. So we don't want the Wailord to set up Rain Dance. We would actually rather see it use Water Spout, because Surf is just going to take us out. Now, for this attempt, I decide to use the remaining rare candies we have left, putting us to level 73, And hopefully this is maybe what we need. We still are equipping a Pecha Berry. I'm optimistic here. I think this could be the one. Anyways, we get to the Wailord, and we do exactly what we've been doing. We're going to Silver Wind to try and chase that Omni Boost. We don't get it. It sets up Rain, which I don't like necessarily. Milotic comes out next. We're going to Giga Drain. It Surfs, doing 3/4 of edge damage, and an Ice Beam takes us out. Silly Rain Dance. Okay, we Silver Win again for the Wailord, and we get an Omni Boost. Okay, it misses a Blizzard. This is looking up for us. I think this might be the one. We Giga Drain, doing a little over half to the Milotic. Ice Beam's not doing nearly as much, and we take it to red, but it recovers. Can this Giga Drain take it? It's on 1 HP, but it recovers again. We take down the Milotic. And honestly, that's a big win in my books, because I've learned to hate that Pokemon so much with its stalling abilities. And we one-shot the Tentacruel and the Ludicolo. And then we two-shot the Wishcash because we're out of Giga Drains, unfortunately. I Silver Win there, just hoping for maybe another Omni Boost. But all we need is 2 more Psychics to take down Gyarados. And we have become the champion of the Hoenn League. Oh, this run. This run was something. I hate Beautifly. I said it. I'm sorry if that's your favorite Pokemon, but I do. We did this run in about 11 hours, but it's not over. It's over in terms of how fast we're beating the games, but we have one more challenge. And at level 73, we ain't touching Steven. Oh boy, that was a lot of damage. And Aggron hits us with a Thunder to top it off to take us out. So I come back at level 80, and we're still not doing a whole lot with Psychic to the Steel Chicken, and it's doing a lot to us. So I reset. We come back at level 80 again, and we Silver Wind, trying to get the boost, but this was honestly the worst attempt of every single one. We come back at level 85, and we're still doing minimum. It's about a 4-shot for it, and No good. So we try it again. We get the clay doll, at least this time, but it knows ancient power and gets its own Omni boost, taking us out. Now, I've never had to get this high of a level before, but we did. Level 90. And it's a 4-shot still for this bird, but we put it to full restore range. We did get a special drop on this defense, so we're able to take it out. We're about half health. I'm going to silver win the clay doll, hoping for our own boost. We don't get it. We live on 12 HP, and then the Giga Drain takes it out. Now the Credilli comes out, and we silver win, and it doesn't one-shot it. Well, I decided to go get Toxic, thinking maybe that will help. But then I realized, when am I even going to get an attempt to use Toxic? Unless we're at full HP. And even then, most of this Pokemon know ancient power. So it's just going to take us out pretty quick with using Toxic. So, it was a cool idea, I thought, at the time, but definitely was not a helpful idea at the time. Anyways, we go to level 95, and we get a critical hit, taking the Skarmory to half, and then we can't take it out with a second Psychic. But we get a critical hit again, putting it to the range in 2. We are poisoned by Toxic, but thanks to a Chesto Berry, Arrest gets rid of that poison, and we are able to take down the Steel Chicken with 160 HP. Now I Giga Drain to get full health versus the Clay Doll, and we actually get a critical hit, taking it out. And then we silver win the Credilli, getting the Omni boost, and it just ingrains. So we silver win again. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna finally beat him? We Psychic the Armadillo, and it Ancient Powers him, takes us to 25 HP. What the? Okay. We're gonna Giga Drain. We get it down. We're about half health. Aggron is next. We don't one-shot, but it misses Sunder. It full restores, so this is going to allow us to get the full HP. Oh my goodness. A Psychic takes it to about half, and then a second one takes it out. All we have left is the Metagross, and we silver win. It does about a third. It gets an attack boost on its meteor mash. It takes us to 27 HP, and we do it. We beat Steven's Stone at level 95. Oh, this thing sucks. That's all I'm going to say. It was a fun run because you had to think about it. But if it was not for Silver Win, I don't even know if this was possible by itself. We did it though. If you guys made it this far in the video, please hit that like button. And please hit that sub button. We're almost at 1K. And I would very much appreciate it. Till next time, see you later.